Hey guys, everybody give a big welcome to Moonbeam. Moonbeam, say hi, precious. So Moonbeam here is going to be a regular with us. She is one of my very good clients, new dog. Their old dog Conrad, if anybody remembers, the black and tan hound passed away. And this is their new puppy. She's a silly little hound girl. She's doing pretty well. She's a little nervous, so we're definitely going to be working on building up her confidence. She hasn't started training just yet, but hopefully, around the new year we'll get some good board and training for her. But yeah, so far, we definitely have some work to do with her doing some positive crate association. She definitely does not love her crate, but making sure some good tips for you guys, Mel and Matthew, is making sure that you guys do a lot of positive association in her crate. So anytime you guys get her a new toy, throw it in there without her noticing and let her discover it there on her own. Same with treats. Do the same thing with her. If one of you guys takes her out, the other one can throw some treats in there while she's not paying attention. Let her just discover them there. Don't bring her over there and be like, look what's in there. Don't do that. Just let her walk past her crate and smell something really good in there and be like, whoa, this thing just like randomly throws up treats and toys. That's awesome. Another good thing you can do is giving her all of her meals in her crate for right now. So you want to think of, I like to say, like 10 positive things that she likes, whether it be just scratches, calming music. You can use Through a Dog's Ear on YouTube, or really any kind of just like, calming classical music is good for puppies. Putting a Well, I did put a cover over her crate last night, and she just kind of pulled it in. So she might not like that. But most dogs are den animals, and they like to, when they don't see those distractions as much, it's not as difficult for them to not get. She might have to use the potty. So. But yeah, so lots of positive crate association. If you guys are going to let her out into the backyard, she's a hound. She loves using her nose. That's fine. You guys can go outside and sprinkle some kibble or some training treats around the yard to give her something to kind of sniff and something to do. Because if she's just in the yard and she has nothing else to do, she's going to find a way to release that energy. You can have 5,000 toys out in that backyard, and she will still dig. So it's kind of like kids, where you could have an entire playroom full of toys. They're still going to come to you like, I'm bored, right? It's inevitable. So a hound is a hunting breed, and they are built for working. So they need to do something with their brain, and that's how you're going to get a calm dog, is by giving them mental stimulation. So it doesn't take as long as you think. You can really just take like 15 minutes with her and wear her out pretty good. Hopefully, get 15 minutes of work, put her up in her crate, give her some breakfast, and hopefully she'll be tired enough that she relaxes pretty quick. As far as the crate stuff goes, I highly recommend trying to stop behaviors before they get worse. So don't wait until she's been whining for 5 minutes and you're just like, I can't take it anymore, and you go out there and you're like off. That's not going to help, because she's going to think, oh, if I hit this pitch, they don't like it, or it's because I went to the front of the crate and started doing it. It has to be right when they start the behavior. So as soon as she starts, is right when I stop the behavior. Off, right? And I do it with a pretty stern voice. Make sure they understand that that's not appropriate. You don't want to go good girl after, because that's going to get her right work back up, right? So, making sure you stop behaviors pretty quick as soon as that whining starts. Off. I like to kind of stand around the corner, and I'll just stand there really quietly for a few minutes, like when I'm going to bed. If I have a dog that's not used to their crate yet, I stop that behavior as soon as whining starts up again. No, off. Dog's name, off. So those are some things that you can practice. As far as working with her, practicing even just sit stays and recalls at this age. Remember what I told you? She is basically in kindergarten right now. Very basic obedience right now is going to wear her out. She doesn't know anything, so we don't want to ask the world of her and then get upset that she doesn't understand it yet. If she doesn't understand the basics, she's not going to understand the basics with distractions. So just doing things like Moonbeam. Moonbeam, yes. That's just name recognition, okay? So I didn't apply any other command. I didn't say come here. I didn't do any of that. All I'm doing is just when she approaches, when she looks at me after saying her name, Moonbeam, Moonbeam, Moonbeam. Yes, good girl. Right, so that's when I reward that behavior. I'm showing her, all I want you to do is pay attention to me when I say your name. That's going to be the basis for all of your dog training. Every single command that we are going to teach her is going to start with her name, to say pay attention to me, followed by sit, come, down, place, right? It's going to be all of that. So if she doesn't know that Moonbeam means turn and look at me, you know, I could call her, you know, French toast if I wanted to. French toast. Hey, French toast. Yes. Right. It doesn't matter. That's why you can pick any name you want. And it's a matter of doing name recognition and, you know, repetitions of that over and over to the point where she hears the word Moonbeam more than anything. You can get your dog to do most of their stuff by just using their name, right? You can use spatial pressure to get them to sit. That's another one I want to show you. Moonbeam. Yes, good girl. Right, so I'm going to sit. Okay. Okay, good girl. Quick releases at this point. Don't let her get to the point where you're going to do this. Moonbeam. Mooney, sit. And then wait for her to like break. You don't want to do that. Okay. You want to get the win in. You want to show her, I say sit, you stay until I say okay. You can do very, very quick releases right now. You do not need to back up. You do not need to move. You don't need to say anything to her. It can simply just be Moon. Sit. Okay. Good. Moon. Sit. Little spatial pressure. Moon. Yes. Okay, so that was great. Okay. That was great because that just proves that I only said the word sit once. A lot of times what people do is they'll be like, Moonbeam, sit, sit, Moonbeam, sit, Moonbeam, sit, 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 sit. Okay, so I said it 7 times right there. She didn't have to do it at all, right? She can decide when she wants to do it. So you're telling her, I'll say commands, and then when you feel like doing it, you can do it. If you just say the word once and you follow through, off, Moonbeam, sit. Okay, so she got up from that sit. Little spatial pressure and leash pressure. Okay, good girl. Good job. Moon, come, yes. Moon, sit. I stood on the leash so she can't go anywhere. Okay, good girl. Moon, come, yes. No, Moon, sit. Sit. Okay, so I said it once more because she got up. I'm standing on the leash so she can't get anywhere else. And I'm following through. Moon. So she's too distracted by the leash. She got upset because she backed up, and then she added too much force onto the leash, and she doesn't understand pressure and release on the slip lead just yet. So she got herself all into a tizzy just there. But that's okay. It's really about, don't give in to that and show her, okay, if you freak out, we'll just stop, right? She has to learn, okay, I'll make it a little bit easier for you and help her through the situation. Don't just give in to it. Moonbeam, good girl. Moon. Moonbeam. Yes, hello, sweet pea, right? Yeah, good girl. Okay, good. So just in this video alone, this video is 9 minutes, we've done multiple sit stays right there. So if you take 15 minutes in the morning and you're specifically focusing on doing sit, okay, sit, okay, sit, okay. A dog has made something a learned behavior after roughly 100 repetitions of the command. So the more you work with them, the quicker your dog will get trained. People are always like, oh, you know, he's 3 years old. When is he going to calm down? It doesn't work like that. It works on how much energy and effort you put into getting your dog to be the way that you want them to be. if nobody were to ever take Moonbeam into her house and make her a pet, and she were just an outdoor dog, just living her dog life, she would just be doing this all the time. She would dig, she would sniff, she would run, she would, she would run from people, she wouldn't be potty trained. These are all behaviors that we as humans want to see our dogs do. So it's up to us to be the ones to display that this is what I want from you. And if you don't do that, I'm going, your leash is your best friend. I'm going to make sure you follow through with what I'm asking you to do. And I do this every single time, and you have repetition, you have consistency. That's your obedient dog. So, pick a specific command that, Mooney. See right there, she went back too far and she applied too much tension on the leash. So I always do pop and release on the slip lead. Like I said, I haven't done any, Moon, off. I haven't done any work with pressure and release with her just yet. I'm just doing my basics. If they get to the end of the leash and it goes straight like that, I give like a lawnmower. Moonbeam. Moonbeam. Good girl. Even right there, she got all worked up. She's trying to play with the Moonbeam. This is all mental boredom stuff right now. Like, you can clearly tell she's just like, doo-doo-doo. Yeah, this is a good girl. Who's a good girl? Mooney. So yeah, the more you practice with her, the more tired dog you're going to have. A tired dog is a happy dog. Okay, a hyper dog is a bored dog. They need a way to release that energy, and if we want a calm dog, it's up to us to get them to be calm. Their natural instincts are not going to just be lay down on the couch and do nothing. That is not what a dog is built for. So if we want them to do that, we have to tire their brains out and tire their bodies out. So physical exercise and mental exercise are just as important as each other. You can't just rely on, well, we put her out in the backyard and she's got all the room she wants to run and play. Well, yeah, that's all good. I could put my son outside in this huge field and let him do anything he wanted to, and he would still want me to come out and play with him, or he'd still want his friend to come play, or he would bring a toy with him, or, it's really the same as raising a kid. So, those are just some cute little quick tips for you guys to understand and start working on with her before we do some official training. But she is a very sweet girl. She absolutely loves Leo. She is great with kids. She is so interested and sweet with him. It's great. I love her. And he loves her, of course. So he said, Mom, he's like, why can't we get a hound? But anyway, so if you guys have any questions, you know where to reach me, of course. Ask away. I'm happy to help you guys with anything you need. Otherwise, just let me know whenever you guys are ready to do a full-on training, and we will get her all ship-shape for you guys. We'll make sure that we get good reps in of all of her commands. We'll work on a good recall. If you guys want to do e-collar, hounds are typically great dogs for them because they have a nose and they just go. And even if you use all the come here, pretty girls, if they catch a scent, they are going to be off. As you know, you've had hounds. This isn't your first. So, there you have it. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. And if anybody else has any questions, please give us a call today. We would be happy to help you get to be the good girl like we are with Moonbeam here. Moony girl. Say bye, honey bear. Yes, a sweet girl. Have a good one, guys.